Hey, what's up, Pete? Quick demo video for you for your Zero-5. As you know from my Facebook post, I got this done and did a lot of stuff to it, so I want to go over it with you. First thing I did with this guy is I powder coated the handle black. So it's nice contrast to the weathering job that you wanted on the Saber. So it's about a medium type weathering, medium to heavy. Hopefully you like that. It is a 2-button setup, so your main switch is right here for your activation, and then you've got a domed tactile back here for your auxiliary. You do have CCSabers LEDs in here for your main PCB, and this is installed with the CFX. So we'll just open it from right here, and you've got a 24mm Smuggler's Outpost speaker in this guy. This slides right out, and then here's your board and your battery compartment. Spring side your negative for your removable battery. If you can see your board there, you've got easy access to your SD card. You don't ever have to take the board up. You can pop it in and out from right here and never move it. It is just a snap fit down though, so if there's ever a time that you need to pop the board up, you can do that. Art tape is not needed here because it is a tight fit, but I went ahead and I put this little divot in the chassis anyway, just in case you ever did need it. There's a place for it. So that's what we've got right there. And then on the shroud, I etched the shroud at per your request. It's not going to show up good in the light, but it's the Jedi code in Arabic in the background, and then you've got the Mudhorn signet up there in the forefront. Okay, so we'll throw a battery in this guy.
Ahsoka. I'm sorry.
I put all the sound fonts that you gave me on the card, so or on the board. You sent me 9, I think, but there was a few of them that had 2 different ones. So as you're cycling through these, you might hear the same pre-on. There's one that's a standard version, and then there's a theatrical version of that sound font. I went ahead and put them both back to back. Right, so batteries in.
Don't make me kill you.
LEDs. Auxiliary back here. Or if you hold it down for blade lockup.
Come to your senses! This is the end for you, my master.
We'll throw a blade in. So this takes a 1-inch diameter blade. And your blade retention screw is going to be right here, right on the edge of your shroud, if you can see that right there. You can just see it popping out. So you want to make sure you push your blade down all the way on this guy. If I'm saying something that's obvious, apologies. I know that a lot of people like to laugh at the fact that I say spring size your negative on your battery a lot. There's a reason for that. The first couple months that I was installing Sabers, I was using a different type of battery terminal because I was using other chassis that I had to buy off Etsy or wherever because I wasn't designing them at that time. They looked very similar on the positive and negative. And I wouldn't say it in my video because I thought to myself, that's just such an obvious thing to say. I don't need to tell people how to put their battery in, right? So many people were frying their boards because they were putting the battery in backwards that I said, okay, that's it. I'm going to say it in every video so that I can say that I said it, right? Spring side is your negative.
I will do what needs to be done. You will try.
So you got good flash on clash. We're just tapping for blaster deflex. Hold down for blade lockup.
You'll have to try harder than that. You underestimate my power. Jedi turn against me.
Now I got this set to this is a slight flicker on this blade. If you can, I don't know if you can see that, and then the blade is green. If you want to change blade color, hold down your auxiliary and twist your wrist.
Spectrum.
You hear that? Now you can actually just twist the handle and cycle through different colors and land on whatever you want. So if we wanted this to be like a red, find a red and tap a button. Now we turn that on, it's red.
This is where the fun begins. Ready when you are.
Red blade. Now on that slight flicker, if you want to change the blade animation, Do the same thing. Hold down the aux and twist your wrist, but then this time keep the button held down.
Spectrum.
Keep holding it.
Blade profiles.
Blade profiles. Now again, you can twist the saber. Some of these pick up good on camera and some of them don't. But you have a bunch of different blade profiles or blade styles on here that I gave you that you could cycle through. We'll just go through a few of them. That's more of a fire blade. That's kind of like the Eye of Sauron blade. It's not showing up in the middle on my blade because this is a test blade and yours is set up for a full length. If we wanted it, I'm just going to land on a solid color. Find something you like, tap the button.
Everything will soon be set right.
So now, when we turn this on, we've got a solid red blade because we went through all that.
Then you will die.
Right there, right? So we're good to go there. To change sound fonts, hold down your auxiliary.
Sound bank selection. Anger and your lust for power.
We'll cycle through a few of these so you can hear that they're on there.
Anger and your lust for power.
That's the one that had both the standard and a theatrical version.
Long live the new emperor. Our time has come. Hello there.
Ron Koda was a respected general in the Clone Wars.
Lord Vader.
Find one you like, hold down the button.
Prepare a boarding party.
This is Rogue Vader by Kasith. Of course, this is green. We don't want that, right?
Spectrum.
There we go. Now we got a nice red blade.
Sound bank selection.
Lord Vader.
Count Dooku. I've become more powerful than any Jedi.
Twice the pride.
Oh, I tried to twist it off.
I have my way.
That's Profi. So yeah, everything's working good on this. We're going to go ahead and take the blade out. And then we'll just go over taking the battery out real quick. Now, the battery compartment on this guy's a little tight. So you might need something like a little tool. And I'll show you, right? We'll just take the handle off. A couple threads. Come over here from the positive side. If you can't get it with your finger, which I was able to that time, just get you like a flat tool and pop it out real quick. But it should come out with your finger just fine. And then that, sir, is your saber. I do have some wires running down the battery compartment. I do that when the ID of the handle is small, and I can't do it any other way. So I try to make these wires nice and neat coming in there, and there is a wire path underneath here that you can't see on camera, so the battery sits on top of that and nothing gets in the way. All right, and then we'll just throw this back on here for safekeeping. But that's your saber. Let me know if you got any questions. If not, I can get this guy out in the mail to you tomorrow. All right, thanks, Pete.